Excuse me. Um, yeah, so numbers, yeah, if there's a lot of people, then 500 versus 500. I'm not sure, I don't remember it being 500 versus 500, but that's the thing, you know, we have to basically maintain the size of the game per, you know, X amount of players per realm. So it's only comfortable to play up to a certain amount. So again, that's my thinking is if we dive into it, get really serious about providing a service for the long term and turning it into something like a business, you know, or anything like that at all, then yeah, we have to prepare for at least a handful of servers so that people don't get overwhelmed. But I think that'll come with kind of necessity, just as a developer and a kind of a host would normally do, is say, okay, we'll prepare for X amount, and then if it goes crazy, then, you know, we'll spring for multiple copies of servers. I don't know. It's really just a conversation at this point. So, you know, we're thinking about it. $200 at the beginning, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think it was 500 though. That's kind of a lot. New people. I think that the game platform, the style, just the game itself does have the potential to be pretty high up there on a mud list, because it's a unique client, and it's got history to it. I think a lot of people would be interested to know that this game actually existed before, and you had to pay to play it, and it was the predecessor to many other online games that some people, I'm sure, have heard of, like Dark Age of Camelot, Warhammer, and then Camelot Unchained, if that's you know, even a real game. I haven't kept up with that one, but it is in development. So all those games branch off of what you see on the screen right now. So we have that card, the history card. Yeah. So hopefully, we're not too concerned about popularity or an audience. You know, we're concerned about the quality of the game and making sure everything's done right. So yeah. Anyway. Yay! Open gate, go gate. So yeah, as far as working on the game, we'll have pop-ups in the near future, hopefully. We'll get the interface cleaned up and new character creation look. And right now Mike's playing with some new designs for Windows on the interface. And we're kind of batting the idea back and forth on whether or not to pay somebody to do a small package for us, but you know, we're pretty scrappy, so we want to try and see what we can put together ourselves. Excuse me, sorry. That's gross. Here's another macro just from like Eastgate to Dragon, or at least the portal. So it's really fast, really robust server, so we're excited about that. but it is a little too fast for what we're aiming for the game experience. We'll be upping the level cap above 75. Right now, we're not really looking to do that. You know, the original game, it wasn't entirely complete in my opinion. So you know, we're gonna start slow. We're gonna build up, and then we're gonna kind of examine it while while everybody's playing and leveling up at first. So I think the game that we're used to was centered basically from 1 to 50. That's kind of the game that most of us knew. And that was at the core of DFC for a long time until Vassie made some changes. So towards the end, I feel like it was very ephemeral, it was very fleeting when Cade got broken up, and there were a lot of changes happening, and then the game got shut down shortly after that. So I think 75 is a nice soft cap. So for now, I think. Yeah, there's no plans to really do anything like that, but I think ultimately, with the game up and running for a long period of time, we'll have to, develop content as it's needed. So that's kind of the answer for now. You can expect that the content itself will be kind of limited to about level 50 or so from the start. So it'll be kind of like the vanilla DFC pretty much experience. But there will be changes. There's a new storyline. There's a new kind of collection of characters in the game itself. So there will be some differences. There'll be a lot of differences. It's a new game. It's a continuation. That's the whole inspiration of the game. So yeah, I think 75 will be a safe kind of cap in general. Should make people get level 75 of each class in the realm, then open up a special class that goes to 100. Totally, yeah. I mean, the only thing that my concern is when you open the game up for that much advancement, you really create a lot of divide, I think, and it's easy to get lost. And there's a whole debate on games that last a long time and their expansions that come out, and if they do harm to the game, the overall concept of the game. So we have to be really careful. So I'm kind of against it. Only because change in like combat mechanics and PvP and the strength of an individual character versus another character if they're level 100 versus 60, it can get pretty ridiculous. But I think there's a small chance that it could be done right. So we just have to be careful. Any thoughts on the email? Oh yes, Scott. It is an excellent idea. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to propose that to Mike. I'll send a quick note right now. Thank you for reminding me. I do like the idea a lot. Scott brought up an idea for basically having a difficulty coloration for NPCs, so that if you were to walk around and I'm gonna see. I forget the command, but to give you guys an idea, he's basically saying that in this case, if the Stonefist Temple was a character, an NPC, that the color would change based on the difficulty of the mob compared to you. And so like currently in its form it's white, so that'd be average difficulty, similar to you, similar level as you. And then you'd have we could change it to we'll do where's object? Is it exit? I think it's exit. So we'll change this to like a light green or something. I know my text is green, but so now it's bright green, and that would relate to an NPC that's lower level than you, and then you know, slightly higher than you would be like, you know, yellow in my opinion. And then, you know, you're walking around an area and you see yellows and like, ooh, this would be a good experience, but it's a little kind of a more difficult fight. And then obviously if you're way out of your league, then, you know, it'd be like solid red. So walking around, that's a pretty good idea. I do like it a lot. So it'll be up to Mike to let me know how easy that would be to put in. So I do like the idea a lot. I'm constantly aware of little things like that change kind of the feel of the game. So as long as it doesn't ruin a lot of the feel of the game for everybody, then that's something that we'll vote on keeping for sure. So yes, thank you, Scott. Hopefully that was a clear enough explanation. Yeah, orange or red, yeah. But yeah, of course, with the toggle effect, then I think that fits the UI pretty well, so it's a very good idea. And we'll just kind of play with it and see if it's something that, you know, is not too game changing, or, you know, let's see, the climb macro here. Okay, I guess not. Anyway, it's just running around here in the marsh. All the new revamped maps, thanks to Devilich, and I believe a small tip of the hat to his brother as well, aka Daylith. And so yeah, client's looking pretty nice. Very excited for that. See how quickly that was totally just lightning zap. I gotta slow that down a little bit. How are you separating the realms? Is it going to be all of evil is a 1, chaos is 2, good is 3, and all mobs or other mobs are 4, whereby people are of the same number cannot hit themselves? I believe that's basically what it's what it consists of. Yeah. Do we get significantly more experience if the mobs are higher than us? I mean, not much different than what the old system reflected. We may or may not change that, but you know, some mobs were quest mobs, some mobs were like designated like elite kind of mobs, or kind of bosses basically. So those will be, you know, a tasty treat. You know, or like the Dracolich, you know, the super dragon NPCs in all the realms basically were always high experience. So, you know, thankfully we do have a table of experience gains from NPCs in Darkness Falls: The Crusade. So we're gonna implement that to a degree and just kind of tweak it. You know, I think a lot of this for Darkness Rises will be it'll be a big test for all of us, because, you know, we are redeveloping a product, but we're also doing it for fun, and we want you guys to have the most amount of fun possible. So we're not going to just say, okay, this dragon's worth 10,000 and he'll always be worth 10,000 and that's it. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts.